10, 11, and 12, I'm back to my order of operations. Now I've got a much more complicated expression. These are much more difficult to do, but take your time, follow the order of operations, and see if you can get to the end. So it says, first of all, do inside the parentheses. I have a set of parentheses that says this. Just worrying about that, I still have to follow my order of operations. So I have to do my exponent before I subtract. 2 to the third is 8. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 1 minus 8 is negative 7. So now in the parentheses is just one number. On the outside of that I had a squared plus 5 times 4. So I've done inside the parentheses. I now have to do any exponents. Negative 7 squared means negative 7 times a second negative 7, and a negative times a negative is a positive 49. Again, if you use your calculator and you do this and this are not the same thing. Do not do that. Use the parentheses. Plus 5 times 4. Following my order of operations, now I'm going to do the multiplying and dividing. I have a multiplying. 5 times 4 is 20. So now I have 49 plus 20. I can finally do my adding and subtracting, which is 69. So, order of operations. Parentheses, exponents, multiplying and dividing from left to right, adding and subtracting from left to right. Inside my parentheses, I've got a couple different sets of parentheses. Now in this parenthesis I only have one number. So when I'm thinking about my parentheses, I'm doing 2 minus negative 1 squared, and I'm doing that big set of parentheses. Got to do my exponent first. A negative 1 times a negative 1 is a positive 1. Just that part is 1. I have 2 minus 1, which is also 1. That's in my parentheses. There was a negative out in front. There was a squared on the outside. Then I also had this set of parentheses. In that set of parentheses, I can simplify. 8 over 2 is just the nice whole number 4. So now I've got both sets of my parentheses simplified. Next thing it says is to do the exponents. Now when I do the exponents here, I'm just squaring the 1. 1 times 1 is 1. There's that minus sign in front. Here I'm just squaring the 4. 4 times 4 is 16. There's a minus sign in front of that parenthesis. Don't have any multiplying and dividing, but now I can do my adding and subtracting. Negative 1 minus 16, I add and keep my sign. So negative 17 is my answer. Again, these ones get to be difficult, and we'll check these last couple on the calculator in a minute, but we're going to do them first. So number 12, following my order of operations, parentheses. There's only one number in this parenthesis, so I'm not going to worry about that. This only has one number, but I have that bigger set of parentheses. I have negative 2 squared minus 3 inside those parentheses. Following my order of operations, I have to do the squaring first. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. So there's a cubed on the outside, a minus in front, and negative 3 times negative 5 in front of that. Following my order of operations, I have to do my exponent. I am just cubing the 1 there. 1 times 1 times 1 is still 1. So this is 1. Now following my order of operations, I have to multiply. Negative 3 times a negative 5 is a positive 15. So now I have 15 minus 1. 15 minus 1 is 14. 14 is then my answer. So I'm grabbing my calculator. I'm going to punch this in as close to possible as it looks as possible. So minus sign in front, or negative, parentheses. 2 minus, in parentheses, negative 1, close my parentheses, that set of parentheses is squared, close my parenthesis again, that set of parentheses is squared, minus, in parenthesis I have a fraction, 8 fraction 2, close my parentheses, that set of parentheses is also squared. Hit equals. My calculator says negative 17. Hey! Number 12. Negative 3 times, whoops, I'm going to clear, there we go, negative 3 times, in parentheses, negative 5, close my parenthesis, minus 2 parentheses, so parenthesis, parenthesis, negative 2, close my parentheses, squared, minus 3, close my parentheses, cubed. Hit equals. 14 is what I should get. The only thing you need to watch out for is if you have a complicated fraction, say you have 3 times negative 2 to the 4th plus 1 over 5 divided by 5 plus 3 to the 3rd, or something like that. If you have a big long fraction like this, you have to do the top and find an answer first, do the bottom, find that answer, and then simplify your fraction. Same thing if you're going to use your calculator. You can't punch that all into your calculator at once. You have to do the top separately from the bottom, and then if you can simplify your fraction, you would. So just a note there, do them on your paper, check them with your calculator, and if you don't get the same answer, check. Did I type it in wrong, or did I do something wrong following my order of operations?